Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this Saturday, May 20th. And what makes this really particular is 3 days away from my birthday. All right, all you people out there, you can just, LR Outdoors at att.net. Just send me all your gift cards and everything like that. So, but anyway.
Nothing like subtlety.
There's nothing like subtlety. Hey, man, you're 74 years old, middle age for a 148-year-old man.
You take PayPal?
I take PayPal.
All right.
Yeah, and all those other ones. And the guy on the other line right now said it's about time I got back to him because one of my favorite, probably the favorite place I go in the Gulf. I don't know why you folks go that extra hour to that other place, but I go to Orange Beach and Gulf Shores. And, of course, if anybody's going to charter a boat, are you going to check out anything else, information, Zeke's Landing is the place to go. And we got Tom Steber on the line with us. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Larry. How y'all doing this morning?
Oh, we wish we were there. Okay, all right. That's just the way it is. He said, looking at the water, he's got a rugged life, but somebody's got to do it. But Tom, before we talk a little bit about the fishing wise, let's talk about the red snapper and the season dates and things along that line. And I know you're up there in the front battling for your guides and battling for your customers and everything. So tell us about the dates and how you feel about them and things like that.
Well, it's frustrating, and I know that
there you go, frustrating already.
The boat owning public is really frustrated because this year they're down to 3 days of snapper season, and it's really insane because the bottom line is it's because the federal government's data is so bad. It's just the epitome of the federal government.
Tell us,
now they're pitting the. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tom. I love to hear you talk about this. Go ahead.
Well, it's a shame that you got to a boat owning public now pitted against a charter industry that takes recreational fishermen fishing. Because their charter boats have 49 days and the boat owning public has 3 days. But the reason it's split up like that is because in the state of Texas, you fish 365 days in state waters. Mississippi and Alabama have 69 days, and Louisiana's fishing about 200 days, and Florida's fishing 70-something days in state waters. The problem with a lot of that is that there's not that many reefs inside 9 miles.
Yes.
Most of the reefs are outside that.
Yes.
I know in the case of state of Alabama, we're sitting on go to put out 600 reefs at 6 miles, which will help the boat owning public a tremendous amount in the future. But what really needs to happen is the states need to manage the fishery.
That's right.
The federal government can't do it. The federal government is got so many. It's got a congressional act, the Magnuson-Stevens Act, that locks their hands on how they do things if a fish is deemed overfished, it's all about politics. It's all about lawyers. It's not about the real world, and it has no common sense in it. It's really frustrating, I'll tell you.
How do you really feel, Tom? I mean, that's because I've heard this from our. You know how many people from Memphis area come down there. I mean, that's one of your biggest customers. That we come, and I've already heard about this from folks that bring their boats or whatever it might be. Nothing against the charter system, but this is the shortest red snapper season to date in the Gulf of Mexico, right?
That is correct. But let me give you a really good example of how bad it is.
Okay.
2 years ago, you could catch 20 triggerfish per person.
Okay.
Year-round.
Uh-huh.
Last year, it went to 2 triggerfish per person for 2 months. God. This year, it's 0 for the whole year. And off the state of Alabama, there's so many triggerfish right now, and I'm talking about 6 to 10 pound triggerfish, big triggerfish.
Yeah.
That's a big triggerfish. that you got to feed them to get past them to get to the snapper.
And why is this? Is it data is not right?
It's data, and it's this congressional act that says if they deem this fish overfished in the Gulf of Mexico, it doesn't matter because it isn't done by regions. It isn't done by states. It's done by the entire Gulf. Well, there's no triggerfish in Texas anyway.
Yeah, right.
You know, the triggerfish are here off Alabama because we've got the largest reef program in the world.
Yes,
and that's why they live here.
Yeah,
fish is a triggerfish, a snapper, a grouper. They're not living off of on a sand bottom. They have to have a house, just like you and I do.
Yes, yeah. They need the reefs, and that's why you put in the reefs, and you're putting 600 more reefs in. It's amazing. I know those things go around, but and a lot of folks will say, "Well, I know what red snapper is. What about this triggerfish?" And it's a good fish to eat.
Oh, it's to me, it's the best fish to eat.
There you go.
It was treated as a trash fish forever.
Yeah.
You know, and now of course people want it, so they take it away.
Yes.
You know, it's a matter. That's a normal thing for the federal government.
Oh, well, you're right on. And again, we're talking to Tom Steber from My Place to Go, Zeke's Landing in Orange Beach, Alabama, right there before you cross the bridge. Wonderful place. How many charter boats do you have based out of there?
We actually have 44.
44 charter boats based out of there. But you also have people who are the everyday boater that keeps their boats there. And
I got 200 boats in dry storage, and there's probably in the immediate area there's probably another 6,000 recreational anglers.
Yeah. And Tom, how long have you been doing what you're doing and being Zeke's Landing?
I've been here for 22 years.
Now, is this the most frustrated you've been in 22 years?
Well, it started about 8 years ago, and it just keeps exploding.
Well,
you know, I've said this on TV 2 or 3 times. I said, you know, if I could sit down with the president, he would understand. He would understand that if you let the states manage it and take the federal regulations out of it, you could bring back about a $10 billion industry on the Gulf of Mexico.
Well, that's that's y'all's guy. That's makes or breaks your business or anybody's business.
Well, sure it does. If you why would you buy a $100,000 boat if you can't keep anything when you go out fishing?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'd much rather have a snapper fillet than a steak.
Oh yes, and I know the people up here. There's some upset people up in the Mid-South too, Tom, and they're frustrated because they don't know what to do. They've got these boats, like you say, or they own a condo in your area because they're building condos fast as they can, but it's taken away from the people that actually, tourists are great. You want your tourists, but at the same time, the fishing and boating industry is at the heart in the restaurant industry, I know.
It's also hard to plan a vacation around fishing now. It gets harder every year.
Sure it is. It is.
Just a vacation if I want to take a charter out down there.
So what do you you just got to lump it and gump it? And
no, I'm not giving up. We keep fighting.
Yeah, okay.
We keep fighting. I spend a lot of time working in and out of the Gulf Council, which is a federally driven council, but it's really frustrating, and it's frustrating for the state enforcement people too, because they understand it. They see exactly what's going on. They see the fish out there, but their hands are tied. They've got to enforce the law that's pushed down on top of them.
And then you get the poor people out there that are going to get tickets or whatever it might be, and you only have so many law enforcement operators for you out there. So it's pretty amazing. Now, so the season is the way I understand it. Give us the dates of what we got here.
Well, the state waters in Alabama will open up Memorial Day weekend, next weekend.
Okay.
Florida opened up last weekend.
That's right. Okay.
And then the federal opening, charter boats can't fish in state waters. They can only fish when federal season's open.
Yes, okay.
But the charter boats will open up June the 1st and run through July the 19th, I think it is.
Something along that line. And again, the daily bag limit, if you call it that,
is 2 per person.
2 per person. Okay. 2.
And your probably average fish you're going to catch is 10 pounds.
Wow.
So, 2 per person is a lot of meat.
That's a lot of meat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a lot of meat. And I wish I had some of it right now. I know that. So, no doubt about it. Tom, tell them how they can get in touch with you and
you get from our website at zeeksmarina.com, or you can get us on 1-800-793-4044.
And we'll have that posted on lroutdoors.com. A lot of folks have asked. And the fishing, real quickly, Tom, how's the fishing been?
Well, the fishing actually has been good. I hate to say this, you're going to go out and you're going to guarantee you're going to go catch fish.
Okay.
It's just what can you bring back? Actually, tuna fishing's been outstanding.
Really? Okay. Well, I know that's and the location. Tell them where you're located again.
We're right here in the heart of Orange Beach, Alabama.
That's it, Kate. Ask anybody to go to Zeke's Landing, and they'll point you right there. Thanks, Tom, and let's try to get back maybe once a month if I nail you down, and we'll just keep talking about this until we get horse in the mouth. Okay? So
sounds great. Happy birthday.
All right, thank you, Tom. All right, Tom Steber from Zeke's Land. Let's take a break. Come back, and we're gonna talk alligators. Alligators. We need to get that a gator song. Be right back. Outdoors with Larry Ray, ESPN 790.
You can find out all about it on Outdoors with Larry